Yo, what up, guys? Zakar here, and today I have something quite interesting for y'all. I've been doing another build on Primalist. I'm trying to level that up, and I've got him to Empowered, and I've been kind of farming Empowered on him. But at the same time, I wanted to test something because I kind of knew about this bug prior, but I wanted to test something and see if I could make this bug into something that kind of works. Unfortunately, I did do that, but at the same time, the build is it's so bad. Like it is so bad. So let's see. You're probably watching the build as I'm speaking and as I'm talking about it. You're probably like, what the heck is going on here? So I pretty much have found a way to sustain Ghostflame for a reasonable amount of time and also kind of like fill in some mana gen with Drain Life. Granted, it's not the best, and I honestly don't know what to do. This build is janky, and I'm not gonna flesh it out because it's so buggy and it's gonna get patched. But I figure there might be some people who want to play with the idea maybe, and maybe kind of like smoothing it out and not crash the servers. I'm gonna go over some of the stuff about this build more in detail, but essentially the highlight of this build is it has a ramp time, obviously, but you get infinite ignite chance. I'll have a screenshot or something, but I've gotten to a certain amount. Actually, I'll put a video. You'll probably see it here in just a bit, but I put a video and you'll see like you'll get insane amounts of ignite chance, and then at the same time you'll also get a bunch of ward. So a lot of ward. And it takes a little bit to ramp to kind of get there, but you'll get a bunch of movement speed while you're in Ghostflame. You'll be able to sustain it in packs a lot better. Single target, you'll be able to sustain it for pretty good uptime, and you can kind of like preemptively ramp it before you fight the boss, obviously. But yeah, so I'm gonna go over whatever I came up with, this monstrosity, and then if you guys want to work with the idea, because I'm no longer gonna work on the idea, right? So yeah, if you guys want to take whatever's here, the interaction of the bug before it gets hotfixed and mess with it, then that's what this video is for. So welcome to Infinite Ignite, Infinite Ward. Let's go. All right, so for the Infinite Ward and Infinite Ignite, how does it work? Let's get down into it. Let's figure it out. Look at these jank skills. Okay, they're all horrible. All right, I just want y'all to know that. These are horrible. So, all right, Ghostflame. This is the cream de la creme. You know what I'm saying? Like it's however you say that. I don't know how to say it, but I'm trying my best here. All right, so essentially with Ghostflame, what we're gonna have here is we are abusing a bug with this node down here, Spirit Kindling. So this node right here, if you finagle your way in a certain like mouse position, you'll be able to essentially apply this buff to yourself, and you get the move speed per stack, so 200% move speed. So that equates to like 100% because of all the reductions from Ghostflame. And then you also get your ignite chance, and this ramps because it's 30% of your ignite chance to your ignite chance every 0.5 seconds. So it just sits there and ramps and ramps. It's like, oh, new 30%. And these stacks like are refreshing, right? So they're like, they're not refreshing, but they're like, well, as one falls off, you're gaining a new one. So you're maintaining. I think you can maintain 10 stacks because that's the duration. They last 5 seconds, and you gain one every 0.5 seconds. So it's pretty crazy. So what I do is I take the movement. For whatever reason, the stationary, I mean, doesn't feel good to be stationary in my opinion, and it sucks to ramp in that way because you can't dodge and deflect, you know. So I take the move speed while channeling, so you can move. That way, if you'll start ramping and be able to move really fast because you have 100% move speed, and it allows us to get the channel cost reduction here. So I take the channel cost reduction. I don't care about the negative 40% move speed. Doesn't matter because we're gonna have 100% or 200%, right? So we'll just have 100% instead. Oh no. So you can make it faster probably too. I did not work out the gear. I'm just gonna give you guys the planner that I have right now, exactly how it is. there's this isn't the guide, okay? This is just me showing you this interaction. If you guys want to take off with it, you can. All right, so channel cost, get more channel cost reduction, and then I come up here and I take the marrow shard frequency stuff, and this is because marrow shards is giving us mana. All right, so let's go ahead and head to marrow shards. This is pretty much the tree, so it's this bug node, the moving, and then marrow shards, because this is how we're gonna hit our ignite. You could take this node or whatever. I couldn't really work this in and kind of like keep it up and sustain it for very long. But this node, I mean, this would be insane too, right? You're just doing a billion times whatever this node, 200%. So times 2, and then double, and you're just doing that every second. But I think this is nice too. So marrow shards. The reason why we're taking marrow shards is because we can get these mirror orbs, and they can give us mana. So it's 20%, 20%, 40% chance to get a mirror orb, and then a 30% chance to get the mana from one of those mirror orbs. So stacked probability here, but you know, it works out, especially in packs, right? So I take the splinter stuff and I just take the speed and range. Nothing else really matters. All this is doing is applying our ignites. That's it, because we get an infinite amount, right? So I take Bogan Curse because I was going to use it for the curses and, you know, more hits. I don't find myself using this very often. And then I took zombies, stationary zombies with some corpse parasites and marked on hit. I just took this and drained life because I found situations where I just wasn't paying attention and ran out of mana or needed mana, and this is how I used, you know, to get my mana back quickly. I just spawned some zombies and used drain life. It wasn't very good. I think mana regen is probably the answer for that, and not relying on drain life, or maybe having both. I didn't build in a mana regen, or really, as I said, prioritize anything in my gear. I just was testing this out in some of the items. So that's pretty much it for the skills. In regards to the passives and mastery, I'm not really sure what mastery is best. I just went with Necro because it was easy to summon Wraith. Essentially, you just want to be able to have Wraiths, Spectres, or the Revenant. Wraiths are just like super easy to access. I really don't know if there's, I mean, Warlock, I imagine the tree's better, obviously, but yeah, I guess you could do Spectres of some kind. As I said, I did not work this out, but yeah, for the passives and mastery, I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I just kind of threw in whatever. As I said, I didn't test this thoroughly. I'm messing with the interaction because I found it, and I think it's funny. Alrighty, and in the gear, we have Ashes of Immortality, which is the unique I'm using to get all the ward gen. So it's a chance to gain 2 ward on hit per ignite and damned on the target. That's all it is. Very low amount, but we have so many stacks of ignite that it will ramp up, and you will have so much ward. Your bar, the bars move so fast, it's insane. I don't think I've ever seen it move that fast. Maybe like another bug, but I can't remember which one. And then Telfune's Mirage, whatever, I don't know what this is, gives you a bunch of dodge rating while you're channeling, and then some more mana sustain if they're potentially hitting you. This is kind of just to keep you safe while you're ramping, and then, you know, also keep the sustain of the Ghostflame, so that way you can stay in it. That's pretty much it for the items. Oh, and then just a minus spell cost something here. I think I just took this because I had the ignite chance. And you kind of want like a good base ignite chance because it does ramp up based off your ignite chance. So it's like 30% of your ignite chance is, you know, and then it ramps higher and higher as you get more ignite chance. So if you have a good baseline to start with, that's probably ideal. And I can't stress this enough, but if you run infinitely, like if somehow you're just running forever because you're in packs, you're in like one of those monos that are heavily have a lot of density, it will crash your game. It will crash that server, and you won't, like, you'll just lose that. I mean, you won't lose that progress, but you'll have to like exit out of the game or close the game and reopen it. You know, like log out character screen and relog if you're doing online. So that is a problem. That is why I do not want to play this spell. But if you like manage, like you watch your damage numbers and make sure they don't get too high, and you like ramp yourself every once in a while, then you can play it that way. It's still good, you know, not like insane, but once again, you won't kill the servers. Or if you want, like that's fine too. And then if you're using Ash's Mortality, it makes this worse. Because not only do you have to watch your damage, you have to watch your ward. Because if your ward gets too high, this will also make your, like, you have to watch both of them. You have two numbers that are ramping up really high, and the game's trying to keep track, and it will crash the game. So to actually do the damage ramp and to get the ignite to go and get this buff to actually apply to yourself, it does take a little bit of finesse. So you have to have a Wraith or a Spectre down to actually proc the buff. And then once you do that, you just kind of, it's hard to explain, but you can drag your mouse up and then towards the Wraith and then away from it. And then it's like you have to keep your mouse kind of like on the outer edge of Ghostflame. It's a little weird, but essentially at any point, if you ever kind of like, okay, whoops, I'm out of mana. All right, so if at any point you ever like, let's see, I just drag it out to the outside, let it ramp. Okay, so it stopped ramping now. It's because my mouse is kind of not in the right position, but you can kind of just throw your mouse and refine the position, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm losing the stacks, and now I got them back. But yeah, that's essentially how it works, right? So if Ghostflame's outer edge is like right there, where I'm clicking, then you would need to spawn a Wraith, drag back here, and then kind of point to where I was clicking, that distance, right? And it'll just start ramping up stacks. If you mess with it, you'll kind of figure it out and get a hang of it. So hopefully that helps. And once again, if you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything, leave them down below. Please subscribe to the video if you liked it, and also leave a like. So thanks again, guys, and peace.